Hi everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel Multidimensional Soul. This is Akanksha. If you're new here, please subscribe to my channel so you get notified of whatever I post here. And if you have already subscribed, welcome back. As most of you are aware that my 17-year-old son Arnab crossed over in 2020 and he has become my spirit guide now, and I feel incredibly grateful and blessed. When Arnav was here, even when he was 17, he had interest in a lot of variety of topics. I think just like me, he was studying computer science and information technology, but at the same time, he had interest in a lot of things. He had interest in sports, exercises, fitness, nutrition, psychology, philosophy, and he had even taken psychology AP, and which helped him in getting admission in a good university. He was so deeply interested in psychology, and in any case, whatever topic he was interested in, he would like literally go inside it and study it in depth. So psychology he was very deeply interested in, and we used to actually talk also at length about topics in psychology, spirituality, and philosophy and experiences. He used to meditate even when he was here. He had very deep, profound spiritual experiences, and he is an evolved soul. So, from psychology perspective, he loved Carl Jung, and even I love Carl Jung's work. And we used to talk about experiences in meditation and dreams. And as I had talked about this quite a few times, that I get my messages or downloads, a lot of them in dreams and meditation. Dreams are extremely important. And I think that whatever importance that they need to be given, it's not given in a justified way, I would say. They should be actually taught in schools. And everyone should learn about dreams. One way is that when you start learning about your dreams, you will start becoming more self aware. Dreams have a significance in a lot of different ways. And today I'm going to talk about some different perspectives, both from science as well as spirituality perspective, as to why dreams are important and what you can do to understand your dreams and benefit from them. First and foremost, let's understand from psychology perspective what different psychologists talk about dreams. So Freudian theory, as in Sigmund Freud, viewed dreams as the royal road to the unconscious. So he used to always talk about repressed desires and unresolved conflicts, and he thought that they would surface in a symbolic way in dreams. Then Carl Jung expanded Freud's ideas, and he suggested that dreams connect us to the collective unconscious, archetypes, and deeper self integration. And I'm going to talk about self integration or individuation in detail a little bit later. But this was Jung's perspective. Also, from modern psychology perspective, dreams help process emotions, solve problems, and integrate experiences into memory. So this is a psychological perspective. Now, if we go a little deeper, what I have experienced is that your shadows get integrated in dreams in a big way. And this, once you start doing more and more inner work, then you will realize that more. Once I had this dream where I had seen people from my college, from my work, and from family, and they were completely unrelated. They were not related to each other at all. But I kind of found them sequentially in one dream, one after other. And the way that everything was threaded, I realized there was one particular pattern which I needed to overcome, and that was my shadow. And that was integrated in the dream. Dreams can act as messages for you. The shadows can be your dark shadows or they can be golden shadows, as in many times we have a fear of success also. So, whatever your talents which are not yet surfaced, they can also be seen in dreams. Various archetypes can be seen in dreams. Archetype is kind of universal collective unconscious, and that can be seen, and there is a huge lot of research on that, so I'm not going to go in detail about that, but they can be seen in dreams, and the characteristics which the archetypes exhibit or show, maybe you can identify with them, and that's why they are there. From psychological perspective, this is what you can uncover from dreams. From neuroscience perspective, REM sleep brain activity is studied in neuroscience, and dreams particularly happen or they occur during the REM cycle. That is REM as in rapid eye movement. This is a part of the sleep. So sleep has certain stages, and this is one of the stage. So in this REM cycle, brain activity is high, similar to waking state. And memory consolidation happens. So there are neuroscience studies which show that dreams can help us organize and store memories, especially the emotional ones. And hippocampus and amygdala, they play key roles in this process. Dreams also help in creativity and problem solving. So the brain's default mode network, that is called as DMN, is active during dreaming, and it allows unconventional thinking, leading to insights and creative solutions. So you might have heard about stories of scientists taking micro naps or short naps for problem solving and out of the box solutions. Einstein used to do that, Nikola Tesla used to do that, Edison used to do that. And there's something called as a hypnagogic state, which is like a borderline dreaming state during which you can get solutions. And so creativity and problem solving is something that can be accessed through dreams. So one of the benefits of dreams is creativity and problem solving. Now let's look at the spiritual significance. This is evident across cultures, across different traditions. First one I'm going to talk about is Tibetan dream yoga, and that is known across the world that Tibetan monks are known for lucid dreaming practice, and they call it as a dream yoga, and this is to attain higher levels of consciousness and enlightenment. And you might have heard about Padmasambhava or Guru Rinpoche. He is credited for bringing Vajrayana Buddhism to Tibet, and he used to use a method to maintain awareness in dream states, and that was used as a training ground for enlightenment. And there are others like Naropa Milarepa who have known to practice dream yoga and lucid dreaming. Apart from Tibetan dream yoga, there is reference of dream work in Native American culture also. Many indigenous tribes have viewed dreams for messages from the spirit world, guiding personal messages and community decisions. Then there are references in ancient Egyptian dream temples. Egyptian believed that dreams were divine messages, and they practiced dream incubation, where they got guidance from deities in sleep. And now Hindu and yogic traditions. And there's a huge amount of work done even in Hinduism, and this state is called as a swapna. Dream state is the bridge between sleeping state, that is sushupti, and waking state, that is jagriti. And lucid dreaming is considered as one of the paths to self realization. So you might have heard about three states of consciousness as sleeping, waking, dreaming, but as per Hinduism and Vedas, there are many more states of consciousness. I'm not going to go into advanced levels, but definitely there is waking, sleeping, dreaming, turiya, turyatit, and there are three more states after that. So it is said that for a person to reach turiya avastha, lucid dreaming is very, very beneficial. and it is practice. As you are aware that I put Yogananda's books as a tribute to Arnav, audio books, and they're on my channel. And Yogananda has talked a lot about astral world and how we travel to the astral world during the dream state. He talks about his astral experiences and how we visit other spiritual higher beings and astral travel to different realms during the dream state. And Yogananda has said the soul travels at night visiting places it cannot go while awake. And I'm going to leave a link to the videos where he talks about visiting different places, about the astral world, and connecting with loved ones in spirit. Those audiobooks are there, and I'm going to put the links in the video description as the cards. Deepak Chopra has said that your dream world is a doorway to the infinite. So, dream state is a state of consciousness. Many times, dreams are just discarded that, oh, it was just a dream. But have you gone into the deeper meaning as to what they're trying to tell us? Have you looked at that? And how do we start connecting with the astral world? How do you start connecting with beings or souls in higher realms? Is by practicing lucid dreaming and astral travel. And essentially, the basic is you start with meditation. When you start with meditation, it gives clarity, and the muddled subconscious thoughts and the noise is kind of filtered through when you practice meditation regularly. My son has taken me on astral travel to his realm after he crossed over, and he's in a very high realm and in a very high dimension. And those videos are also there on my channel. But first time when he took me on astral travel, I was like extremely, it was a blissful experience. It was very beautiful, celestial place. I came back and I remember asking, I know how do I go back now to the body? And then I came back. And I actually had a bump on my head after I came back. My son has taken me to parallel universes, and it may sound little esoteric, so take whatever resonates with you, and intuitively you will be guided, because some of your intuition will be validated through these experiences when we share these experiences. So my son has taken me to parallel universes as well, especially when I was missing him a lot, and he has taken me to parallel universes where he was there. A lot of experiences happen during dream which you need to decode. So he has shown me future timelines as well at times. And these are experiences at an advanced level, and you all can have that with practice. So, how do you practice remembering dreams? Many times I have heard that people just say that, oh, I don't dream at all. I just don't dream. And that is not possible, because everybody dreams. Dreaming is a state of consciousness, and if you don't dream, you will be psychotic. And this is something that you can ask doctors and scientists. This has been proven that dream is a state of consciousness, and during sleep stages, dreaming is one of them. So, if you dream and don't remember your dreams, what can you do? There are many practices for lucid dreaming, and I'm going to share a few basic ones here so that they can help you and they'll be beneficial for you. So, the first one is before sleeping, give an instruction to your mind, put in an intention that I want to remember a dream. So, there is one thing that, okay, I am going to remember my dreams, I am going to recall them and interpret them. Put in that intention and surrender it to the divine, to God. Tell your guides and angels to help you remember your dreams. So that is first thing. That is before sleeping, you can do this. Second thing is, as soon as you wake up, and it can be anytime during the night, and if you, let's say you have had a dream, immediately note it down, because later on you won't remember that. We all forget dreams later on. So as soon as you remember, note down or jot down all the dreams. You can write them down, you can put them in your mobile, whatever way you are comfortable. Or if you are not very keen on typing, just put it as an audio note, but do it immediately. So that is another practice, dream journal. And then go back and visit the dream journal again and again. So not just journal it at that time. Maybe you may realize something that happened, 6 months ago when you go and check your dream journal. Reread your dream journal. We all know that we all are actually in a dream. This whole thing is a dream, right? It's called Maya, illusion, matrix, whatever you want to call it, simulation. Everybody knows that we are living in a dream, as in the consciousness at a higher level projects itself in the lower dimensions to experience itself, to expand itself. So we all are multidimensional souls living in this dream so that we can expand our consciousness, right? We are living in a dream. When we actually dream while sleeping, it's a dream in a dream, right? So there are multiple such techniques, but essentially they are to make you aware that you are in a dreaming state. So it's very important when we are dreaming, essentially we are not aware that we are dreaming. And that is why we don't remember the dreams most of the time. So develop that awareness so that you remember the dreams. When you are aware, you can do advanced things, like you can meet the souls who are crossed over, you can meet higher beings, you can meet your angels, guides, you can even talk to the source directly. Dream state is one such state where you can access higher knowledge, you can access higher wisdom, and that is why it is so important. When we talk about the Hindu scriptures, majority of the people talk about Bhagavad Gita, and because it is so popular across the world. But Hinduism has many scriptures, and there are many beautiful scriptures which has very profound knowledge encoded in them. And this knowledge was actually cognized by our rishis or sages many thousand years back. So one such scripture is called as Yoga Vasishta. If you've not read it, I highly recommend that you read it. It is an advanced level read. It is an advanced level knowledge, and when you read it, you start getting those experiences, actually spiritual experiences. So I would suggest that when your meditation practice is very deep, then you take it up for reading. Many of you might have seen Christopher Nolan movies. I'm a big fan of his movies. If you have seen Inception, where they talk about dream within a dream within a dream, it's a concept of nested dreams, and where he puts in the seed, and that's why it's called Inception. So this nested dreams is very beautifully explained in Yoga Vasishta. The concept of multiverse, multiple dimensions, nested dreams, all of these are very beautifully explained in Yoga Vasishta. So this is an advanced level study, but if you are interested in dreams, and I would highly recommend that if you're not, develop that interest so that it is good for your own self-awareness and self-realization. And this is a topic which I'm very passionate about. And I love it when I can integrate the science and spirituality perspectives together. And thank you so much for pouring all the love on this channel, for my talk show, podcast, and all the videos that I'm making. So that's all from me for now. See you in the next video. Till then, take good care of yourself, love yourself, and sweet dreams. Lots of love.